Hi, I'm Aubrey.
Hi, I'm Kathleen.
I'm a former Christian deconstructing and figuring out what works for me.
And I'm a former Mormon turned atheist.
Welcome to the CNA Podcast.
Let's dive in.
Hey guys, have you left a review for our podcast yet? Head over to wherever you listen to your podcast and do that right now.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Christian and the Atheist.
Check us out on Patreon for ad-free content.
And speaking of ads, if you or your business would like to sponsor the podcast, feel free to contact us to get started.
Did you guys get to hear that new intro?
Yeah.
That was so fun to make.
Did you hear something new?
I don't know how to even structure this episode. It's gonna be kind of like a no longer fit to serve it, and it might be the conclusion to that. I'm not sure, but that's what the signs are pointing to.
The grand finale.
Maybe.
Yay.
But I don't think that the episodes are going to be pouring out like they were, if that makes sense. I'm kind of ready to move forward and put this far off in the distance from me. So what's been interesting is our YouTube channel is so cute. It's very amateur because I just don't.
Because we're amateurs.
I started uploading No Longer Fit to Serve series.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, my husband made the graphic, helped me make the thumbnail for it.
Yes.
It's a big ass picture of our faces, and we're looking very serious, and It says, got kicked out of church, and there's an arrow pointing to my face.
Right.
And I was literally sitting there that's a lot.
That's definitely a attention grabber.
It's an attention grabber, but it did something. It kind of stirred up things again, and it hurt my feelings.
Oh, no.
I was and I had to go, and I had an appointment I needed to go to.
Yeah.
And then came back and looked at it again, and on my way to the appointment, I was like, what the heck is going on here? Why are these emotions happening? And I'm it's coming into the holiday season. Things are kind of getting to a place of memories of what it's like to be at my former church and the roles that I played and what that meant. And
there's always parties and things going on at the holidays.
Something. And so it's just stirring up feelings, and I'm feeling all kinds of things. I look at the podcast name. I tell people, my husband's so proud. She has a podcast when he introduced me to new people. And they're well, tell me about it. And I'm it's called The Christian and the Atheist Podcast. And then I'm I'm not the Christian anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but
I sure
also
am not either.
I know nobody here is a Christian. I feel bad to the Christians.
Things happened
to say I'm the Christian on the
Right.
Christian and the Atheist Podcast, and I'm not the Christian anymore. But the thing about not being a Christian anymore doesn't mean that I'm over here atheist. I'm not atheist.
There is a difference. You can be something in between. If you're not a Christian, you don't automatically become a raging atheist.
I mean, you can.
You can. It's fun, but
I'm not
you don't
there.
have to.
I'm not there. So, one of the big things that I don't believe in is the Bible.
Yeah.
I think it's a book of stories. I don't think it's the breathing word of God.
Right.
So, I mean, something that I really is important to me is to express my lack of love for the Bible. And I feel as a Christian, you should love the Bible. You believe in the Bible, and I think the Bible has really special things in it, but I don't follow it fully.
Yeah.
I'm not a douchebag who does bad things, but it doesn't. I can not believe in the Bible and still be a good person, just
Absolutely.
You as the atheist are freaking amazing. It's funny because you're I'm not trying to hurt people.
I'm not.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You don't have to have God for that.
Christianity doesn't make you a good person, just like atheism doesn't make you a bad one, or lack of Christianity, I should say.
Right. And I don't have the Bible to be my guide. I think that there's things that I'm noticing through this journey the past few months is I'm not fully not Christian. So I don't have a belief system that is worshiping Jesus. But you know how many times, whenever I was running through the airport, I missed my flight.
Yes. I remember.
I was calling on Jesus.
Yeah.
And I remember being what's that?
Why am I doing this?
It was a moment of
doing?
I was Jesus.
Yeah.
And then I was
wait.
Yeah. Pause. And being that was weird. Yeah. But also that was a habit.
Yeah.
And that was something that I really believed in. And I don't necessarily believe something's going to happen when I do that. But I was like, I still felt comfort in it, and I didn't feel shame or anything. I just was like, And then, like, when I went to pray at Thanksgiving, I was like, I, like, believe in God, but I don't believe, like, the prayers I used to pray are, like, what I believe anymore. Right. So it's like, where am I here?
It's like we said in the new intro, you're still in the process. You're deconstructing and figuring out what does and what doesn't work for you and your situation.
So Christianity will be a part of my the foundation of my life, but it's no longer a driving force. It's not my anchor. God is with me, not because I read it in a book. I am not with that God anymore. I'm sorting out who God is. It's not easy, but I have hope that my jaded feelings against the Christian God subsides, and I'm able to find God the way I was intended to.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the journey I'm on of, like, who is God? And I couldn't tell you that. But I can tell you, like, God, I do believe God is love. I'm still going to church. It's just not a Christian church. Like, so for me, I've been having a hard time with the name Christian in the Atheist Podcast. Because I'm like, I'm not representing properly. I feel bad for Christians. And I'm also like, when I tell someone that, they think I'm a certain type of person, and I'm not that person anymore.
It's, if I were in a podcast as a Mormon, called the Mormon and the Christian or something, and I went through my deconstruction process and came out the other side, I would no longer want to be called a Mormon. I don't like being called a Mormon. When people say, oh, aren't you Mormon? I don't like that, because I am not. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
We're going to now call it the formerly known as the Christian and the Atheist Podcast, but it's the CNA Podcast. So when you hear us refer to it.
We're basically, we aren't changing anything major. We're not, changing the outline of the show. We're not changing. We're not changing the way we go about things. The show is going to stay the same. We're just changing the title slightly so that it represents our evolving beliefs, the evolvement of the show, and specifically Aubrey's deconstruction journey.
And I still feel like I can represent parts of Christianity, just I can't be called a Christian. And
absolutely.
So basically that's what's going on. And I hope that you guys I don't know. I feel like there needs to be, like, an understanding, my request to have you guys understand that though I'm not Christian, I still have respect for Christianity aspects, and I have anger towards Christianity as well. So I don't know what that means for that side, but I do know it's still going to be a good show. It's still going to be us. And I mean, maybe it's not going to be the atheist and the atheist, because I still have beliefs. I just don't see me going straight atheist, but I said I didn't see me ever going against Christianity, so I don't even want to say that fully. Look what you did.
I'm sorry, I didn't do it on purpose.
Look what you made me do.
Basically, the show is the same. The title is slightly different. But we are now going to be referring to ourselves as the C&A Podcast.
Cool.
Well, but I hope you guys enjoy.
What do you guys think? Is it a bad idea? I don't care. I'm doing it anyways. All right.
You can't tell us what to do. It's our show.
Well, thank you guys for sticking around through this crazy journey. Honestly.
Always.
It's been so crazy.
It really is.
It's been good, though. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it happened. It's funny because I said this to somebody, and I was like, I sound like a Christian who just accepted Jesus into her heart. I've never felt more free. I've never felt more, like, weight lifted off my shoulders, less shame. So,
that's good.
Yay.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.